above the entrance to the naos is the most important one in the church. It shows the death of Mary and her ascension to heaven. There are many figures in this composition, which centers on an image of Mary laid to rest on a cloth-covered sarcophagus. She is surrounded by apostles, priests, and astrologers who gaze upon Mary in sorrow and accompany her on her final journey. Christ has been sent down to earth by a cherub in a blaze of glory. He holds Mary's soul in his arms in the form of an infant. In the foreground on the far left, you can see the Apostle Peter swinging a thurible of incense. St. Paul stoops low at the foot of the sarcophagus. Next to St. Paul stands John the Baptist in an attitude of deep sorrow.
An important feature of Byzantine art is the fact that the bodies of the figures are 9 times as long as their heads. This technique both underlines the holiness of the person represented and makes the figures appear more lifelike. However, Mary is depicted as larger than the other figures. Byzantine art always maintains a balance between the depiction and the abstraction of the real, between the divine and human representation of the figures. The artist has superbly captured the colors, the light and shadows, the anatomy of the figures, and their facial and bodily expressions. The execution of the image is so lifelike that it gives you the impression you're actually present at the scene. To continue the tour, please return to the front part of the Esse narthex. Monumental scene, known as a deesis, Jesus and Mary are shown standing. The term deesis refers to an ancient form of prayer. In Byzantine art, deesis is used to describe a representation of Christ in majesty, seated on a throne, flanked by Mary on his right and John the Baptist on his left. Mary and John the Baptist are shown in supplication, asking God's forgiveness for the sins of mankind. The deesis mosaic in the Koriye church is incomplete, since John the Baptist is missing on the composition. Experts believe the absence of John may be explained by the size of the mosaic. To gain a full view of the mosaic, you have to stand very close to the opposite wall, as the mosaic was positioned so people would see it as soon as they entered the Esse narthex.
This image is the largest mosaic in the church. Mary is depicted in an attitude of sadness at the sins of mankind. At her feet kneels Prince Isaac Komnenos, the son of the Byzantine ruler at the time the church was rebuilt in the 12th century. The figure genuflecting at the feet of Christ is Milana, the Mongolian princess. Both figures have their hands spread, asking for forgiveness for their sins. They are included in the deesis scene because they were generous benefactors of the Koriye church. To continue the tour, please move on to the Paracclesium, the burial chapel.
When he's building the wood sticks, she is the revolution.